Hi Duck! We're back with a watch me work video, and in this video we're going to do some gorgeous, oh my god, sparkly, glittery acrylic nails using some gorgeous acrylics and glitters. So off we go. So I've applied tips and I've shaped the tips as well. So they're like a omeletto. They're not stiletto, they're not almond, you know. And then I've primed the nails. Before all that, I've done all the prep. We have got prep videos. We've left that out because it's a little bit boring. But if you want to know all about that, we can put it in the description box for you to tap. And then I'm getting my acrylics out. You know what? I love seeing the acrylics when they're on camera because the packaging is just so beautiful. So I'm going to use Bare Booty because I'm going to do this smile line. I want lovely pigment. It's a gorgeous colour, so it will mask anything. So you can do a nail bed extension. So you'll notice most of the time, well, I'll probably say all the time actually, I extend the nail bed to make it look like it's longer, leaner, and it creates an illusion that your fingers are actually longer than they are. So you've got like, you know, slender, long fingers, unlike my short, dumpy ones that need an infill terribly, to be honest. Yeah, I need to stop looking at me.
Who do you need to go to get an infill?
I need to go to salon Kirsty MEakin. But she's very busy. She's very busy doing content and clients. So we're creating the nail bed, extending it, but then we are going to put another bead on and we're going to do the cuticle area and the apex. It's really important to get that done. And I do like generally doing it in 2 beads because I can concentrate on the smile line, then I can concentrate on the cuticle area. There's no panic mode, needs to be engaged, okay? Do not panic. So I'm making sure that cuticle area is nice and neat. I want to get this acrylic application as close to the finished result with the brush, rather than sort of piling it on in a big old mess and then filing it into shape. That's kind of like, I always think that's like woodwork. Like, you know, if you get a block of wood and then you've got to shave it into shape.
It is funny, I watch a lot of those wood turning videos,
yeah,
and they use these huge blocks of wood and then make a toothpick out of it. And I'm like, what about all the rest of the sawdust that you could have just used a smaller piece?
It is very wasteful.
Yeah, very wasteful.
And it's the same with acrylic though. It's wasteful. So you want to get the application as neat as possible. Once that's set, I'm going to go around with a nail file just to make that nice and crisp. And it's going to give you a lovely wall of product that you can then butt the next product up to. And one thing I want to tell you is when I do this kind of technique of this 2 bead application to the nail bed, what I generally do is I will use a highly pigmented powder, so like Bare Booty or Burlesque, and then at the back I'll either go with Striptease or Negligee, so you can just see the natural nail coming through and it looks really nice, especially when it starts to grow out. Then we're going to use glitter. I told you we were going to use glitter. The glitters that we used, so the one that is like a tealy colour is called, it's from A&A, it's called Fantasy Collection Troublesome Troll, and it's got loads of different glitters in it. It's also got stars in it. And then the one that's like a lilac-y colour is also from A&A, from the Fantasy Collection, called Naughty Nymph. So they're the colours that we're going to use with the acrylic, the glitter, and you just saw me got those pots out just so I know that I'm ready to rock and roll. And I'm using now a tiny bead of acrylic just to put that onto the nail bed. That is so I know there's loads of adhesion and it has a little bit of colour, so it's not just clear acrylic, it's got a little bit of colour, so I can do some blending. I can kind of blend that out. By doing this technique and putting the cover pink colours at the back, it's easier to fill. So if you did solid glitter from the tip to the cuticle area, you would then have to fill with the same glitter, but This makes it easier for you as a nail tech. When your client comes back, you can actually just fill with your cover powder. It's easier, believe me. You don't have to get the glitters out again. You don't have to remember what you've got and all that shebang. You can just go in with your cover pink powder. Perfect. And these glitters don't have acrylic in them. So what we do is we pick a bead of clear acrylic up and we touch the glitter and it picks the glitter up. And then you can go straight on with that. And it just mixes on the nail. And we're going to kind of blend the lilac-y tones with the teal mint tones. Are they teal? They're mint really, aren't they? That's mint.
I would say that looks minty fresh.
Yeah, minty
fresh. It's like a packet of spearmint.
Yeah. Ding ding. So we're going to blend them. It's really easy to blend chunky glitters as well because you can kind of move around the particles and you can really control that blend, and it's not as hard as blending, say, a shimmer powder. It really is super easy to do. And then we're going to add some shell. I love a bit of shell duck. So I'm like, this stage, I'm thinking, which ones are we going to use? What colour are we going to use? And they do come with quite big chunks. So obviously, they're too big, so you're just going to literally snap them. They're quite thin, so you can just snap them into the sizes that you want. Don't just put a big, massive, heap of one on. Because if you put it on, it's too big. You've got a curve of the nail, and then you've got the flatness of the shell. And what you're going to end up doing is just filing half of it away. So make sure it fits within the curves as well of the nail. So we've got a few different colours out. And I'm kind of like picking my favourite bits. And then we're going to pop them in as well. The way that I put those into the nail is by putting a small, wet, clear bead of glass slipper. And then I pick it up with the brush, because the brush is damp, it will literally just pick it up, and then you can pop that onto the acrylic. And your acrylic there is an adhesive, basically, it's like glue. It's going to glue that shell onto it. But some people think, oh, well, why don't you just use glue? Well, you don't want to separate it with a different product. You want it all to be acrylic, because then it adheres way better, it's stronger. And then we're going to cap all of that glitter and the shell with glass slipper. So with the other ones, we're going to make sure that we put glitter onto the free edge as well. It's not just going to leave it like that, we can't just leave it just blank. We need more glitter. And you'll notice that I'm pinching the finger that has been capped with clear, so I can give that a little pinch, just letting the pinching tool do its job. I'm packing the free edge of this ring finger with glitter, and then we'll do the same. We will cap it with the clear acrylic. And making sure that those particles are going all the way up to the ears of that smile line, because if they don't, you will have empty space, especially because it's chunky glitter. You will find that you'll have to move those particles right up into the corners of the smile line. You might even need to pick up a few more little pieces just to put them there, so you know it's really enhancing the smile line, else you'll have empty transparent spaces. And you'll notice that I've moved the pinching tool from the index finger to the middle finger. So this is how I work. So I'll go from the first one. So say I've capped this one in clear, and then I'll cap this one in clear. While I'm capping this one in clear, this one can be pinched, and you'll just keep moving along. And yes, I've got a broken nail, okay. We'll ignore that. So the little finger, you'll remember I put that little bit of Striptease Cover Pink at the back, just on the nail plate. And that's so I can blend out. Did exactly the same with the index finger as well. I was saving myself a job, basically. And I did the same for the middle finger. So only the ring finger, I had to think what finger that was then. What finger is this? Ring finger, because I haven't got a ring on it, but you know. That's never going to happen, but yeah, one day maybe when I'm 85, I might have a husband.
Oh, could you really be bothered?
I can't be bothered, to be honest. It sounds like effort, and I just haven't got it in me.
I just don't understand why people do it.
I think it's inbred into you as a child that you grow up and you find a spouse and you get married and you live happily ever after. It's not quite like that though, is it? I haven't got time for a man.
I mean, I'm very happy. I'm sure Hayley's not, but you know.
Well, we hope Hayley's very happy.
Yeah.
Maybe not very happy.
She's not happy at the moment because I've probably given her this. Well, I have given her this cold or whatever it is, chest infection. I don't know.
But you've passed it on to her, so
she's got it.
You not pass it on to me, please? Because you know, you didn't need to bring that from Hartlepool all the way to Stoke, and then now everybody in Stoke's going to have a bad cough, and it's all going to be Adam's fault. So if you've got a bad cough and you live in Stoke, I reckon it was probably come from Adam. It's been transmitted from Hartlepool. So on the thumb, we've got a smile line as well. And we're going to do exactly the same thing with the glitters. Make sure you push them right up to that smile line. So this client is Caroline Gregg, who travelled to me for these nails. I'm going to go over with the e-file now. So I'm not using the purple Swarovski bit e-file. I'm using the pink one because it's a little bit softer. I don't need to remove too much bulk. I'm just perfecting the shape a little bit better, and then we can go in with a normal nail file duck. So now I'm going in with a 180 grip nail file and just perfecting it even more. I'll get the shape done, because before you go in with this file, you don't need to think about the shape. When you're using your e-file, don't think about the shape, just think about the surface of the nail and getting that right. Now we can do the shape, we can perfect the surface as well, and then we'll buff and it'll all be bloody gorgeous stuck. So we're going to buff, then we're going to top coat, and then we are done. Oh no, bit of cuticle oil, duck, don't forget the cuticle oil. Always oil the cuticles, not only around the actual nail, but go underneath as well. So if you do your nails, make sure you oil them, and even after, and don't forget to always advise your clients to oil their cuticles as well, because crusty, dusty cuticles ruin the appearance of the beautiful nail stuck. So we've got to have hydration around the cuticle area. There you go, guys. I hope Caroline sees this video and she's been on YouTube. She was really looking forward to maybe appearing. But yeah, don't forget to check us out on Facebook and Instagram and all that shebang. Everything I've used today will be listed below, and I'll see you in the next video. Ta-ra, duck!